Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to iPad Focus, where we're all about exploring the latest and greatest in Apple's tablet lineup. Today, we're putting two powerhouses head-to-head, the MacBook Air and the iPad Air. Are they viable alternatives for each other? Let's dive in. When it comes to portability, there are a few key factors to consider: size, weight, and battery life. The 13-inch MacBook Air measures just over an A4 paper on its longest side, weighing in at 2.7 pounds. Meanwhile, the smallest 11-inch M3 iPad Air is significantly more compact, weighing less than a pound, but its battery life isn't quite up to par. In fact, when Apple tested both devices for battery life, the MacBook Air came out on top, clocking in at an impressive 18 hours of Wi-Fi streaming, compared to the iPad Air's 10-hour mark. That said, if you're someone who values portability above all else, there are some perks to considering the iPad Air. For instance, if aesthetics matter to you, both devices come in 4 color options each, although the iPad Air swaps out one of those colors for a more fun purple variant. When it comes to durability, the iPad Air isn't waterproof, but it can operate at much colder temperatures than the MacBook Air. And on top of that, the Magic Keyboard is available for both devices, which means you can get the same laptop-like experience without breaking the bank. But where things start to get really interesting is when we talk about software and workflows. The iPad Air has access to a wide range of professional software through its operating system, including video editing and illustration tools. And with features like Split View, it's easy to multitask between apps. However, if you're working on software that only runs or works best on macOS, you might need to wait until the iPad Air's operating system catches up. One thing's for sure, if you're someone who needs a touchscreen experience, the iPad Air is the clear winner here. Its LED backlit multi-touch display is top-notch, and with an Apple Pencil Pro, it's like having a whole new world of creative possibilities at your fingertips. However, that also means you'll need to invest in a keyboard, which can add up quickly. When we talk about pricing, the iPad Air starts at $599 for its Wi-Fi only 11-inch model, plus an extra $129 for the Pencil Pro and another $269 for the Magic Keyboard. That's a total of around $997, which is roughly the same price as the cheapest MacBook Air configuration. So, what does this all come down to? Ultimately, it comes down to your lifestyle and workflow. If you're someone who values portability above all else, the 13-inch M4 MacBook Air might be the better choice, especially if you don't need a touchscreen experience. However, if you're an artist or work in fields that benefit from those features, the iPad Air is the clear winner. And one more thing to consider: flexibility. The iPad Air gives you the option to stagger your expenses and buy only what you need, which can be a major advantage, especially if you're on a tight budget. But on the flip side, the MacBook Air doesn't require you to remember to keep your external keyboard charged. So there you have it. Both devices are viable alternatives for each other, but in different ways. Whether you're looking for portability, software flexibility, or a touchscreen experience, there's an iPad Air that's sure to fit your needs. And if you're still unsure, that's okay too. After all, we've got plenty of time to explore and figure it out as we go along here on iPad Focus.